What's good, Commanders fans? A late night news dump. The Commanders have been very active. Adam Peters has been very, very active today. He makes a couple more moves. We're just going to quickly go over this. It's 11:35 at night. I know Adam Peters is a West Coast guy. Just came from San Fran and was with Denver before, so he's moving on West Coast time for sure. So I guess we'll start off with the kicker, Brandon McManus. He was with the Broncos. And what other team was he on? He was on the Jaguars. Excuse me. He was 35 for 35 on extra points, so that is an upgrade on Joey Slye. Joey Slye over the years missed a couple of big extra points. The Giants game, Sunday Night Football, I'm pretty sure he missed an extra point. There's a couple games that I can name that he missed extra points where he put us in some really, really tough situations where we had to either go for two or other stuff like that. I know, I'm pretty sure the Sunday Night Football game where they said Terry was offsides or something like that, or the illegal formation on Sunday Night Football against the Giants. I'm pretty sure Joey Slye missed the extra point in that game. There's a couple games where I know he missed extra points, but Joey Slye wasn't terrible, especially with a terrible long snapper and Cameron Cheeseman who got released and was awful. So I'm not gonna sit here and say Joey Slye was trash. Like, Joey Slye had some good moments, and then he had some pretty darn bad moments. Now, Brandon McManus, 30 for 37 on field goals, 81%, which was 22nd out of 29, which is not great. He was a team captain. He was 11 for 13 on 40 to 49 yard field goals, 84%, which is 13th, which is solid. And then for 50-plus yard field goals, he was 50%, which was tied for 23rd. So not great. So he's not a guy where it's like, oh, my gosh, I'm so happy we got Brandon McManus. I think it's a solid signing, 1 year for $3.6 million. 73.3 field goal rate, which was 16th. And then Nikki Javalashi also tweeted out that 45 field goals and 50-plus yards since 2013 are the third most in the league behind Matt Prater and Justin Tucker with 65 and 54. So he's been in the league for a while. McManus was a 81.4% kicker, was at 81% last year. Touchbacks on 75% of kickoffs as well, which is not bad at all. So he was money inside the 40 last season, being 14 to 14, 40 for 50 from 40 to 50, 11 to 13, and 50% of 50 plus, which is, like I said, solid. Nothing to really be like, oh my gosh, we got an elite kicker, to be honest. So I'm just happy that we're not going to draft a kicker. You know, with Ron Rivera, you had to be like, oh my gosh, we're going to draft a long snapper. We're going to trade up for a long snapper. So I'm happy we didn't do that. Hit 27 field goals inside of 50 last year, was 5 or 10 from 50 plus. So like I said, he's a solid guy. And then ML Football, I don't know how trustworthy this page is. So the Washington Commanders have had talks with many mid-level free agents and their agents, and they signed Brandon McManus and they signed the guard from Kansas City. I'm going to get to him in a second. As well. So, and then also it says, I'm just reading stats here because McManus, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know Brandon McManus a lot, you know, but he was only 81% on his field goal attempts last year, which is below average. However, he was tied for fourth most attempts from 50 plus. Those are statistically less likely to go in. He was 25 or 27, 92% from 49 yards and in. So I am concerned, man. Long distance kicks, I'm concerned with this guy, Brandon McManus. If his 50 yards are out, I'm concerned, man. We had some games where you look at the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, he's money from 50 plus. I'm pretty sure the Giants kicker is money from 50 plus. The Lions kicker is money from 50 plus. I remember when we lost to the Lions, he had a big kick when Matt Stafford got them in range. That was a couple years ago in Ford Field. And then the Eagles, when we lost to them in overtime, I'm pretty sure their kicker made a pretty darn big kick as well, from like 50 plus. So there's going to be moments where we need a big kick from 50 plus. And I know those are the tougher kicks. So I'm not going to be like, oh man, he's terrible because he's 50% for 50 plus. But you do need a guy with a big leg that can knock it down. And McManus is pretty shaky. So, you know, I want to be objective with Adam Peters. I'm not going to praise every move. But if I'm going to nitpick about a kicker, then I'd rather nitpick about a kicker rather than nitpicking about an offensive lineman or a linebacker or a corner or quarterback, something like that. I'd rather nitpick about a kicker than nitpick and critique him hard about, you know, positions that are more of need, in my opinion. The kicker is a very important position, of course. So to say he's an upgrade over Joey Slye, we'll see. I'm not just going to sit up here and oh, he's so much better than Joey Slye, you know, but Joey Slye was mid as well. All right. Let's see here. So John Com also tweeted, McManus has an edge on slide in a couple areas. PATs, McManus has only missed 3 the past 3 years combined, so that is a big upgrade. PATs are huge. Like I said, extra points was a problem for Joey Sly. Also, in the last 4 years, McManus has made 94.9% of his kicks between 40 to 49, the best percent of any kicker with at least 20 attempts in that span. So that is darn good. So 40 to 49 yards, he's money. 49 yards and then he's money. 50 plus, he gets shaky. All right, so let's get to Nick Allegretti here. Expected to sign with the Commanders on a 3-year, $16 million deal. Was with the Chiefs. Won in the Super Bowl. Was a rotation, a guard, backup guard for the most part. He tore his UCL in his elbow in the second quarter of the Super Bowl, but he played the entire game. So that shows toughness and grit that he's able to play through that injury. So he's still recovering from the injury as well. When the Chiefs' Joe Tooney went down in the playoffs, Allegretti started in the AFC title game and in the Super Bowl. He also had, in 2023, he had a 73.7 pass blocking grade with 160 snaps, 59.6 run blocking grade with 93 snaps. So he looks like a really good depth piece, and he most likely is going to start. A lot of people on Twitter, the beat reporters, are saying that he's going to be the starting left guard here for the Washington Commanders. Like I said, PFF grade 68.7, pass blocking 75.7, run blocking 64.9, 80 offensive snaps played, 40 pass snaps played, and 33 run block snaps played. 0 penalties throughout the season, and only 1 pressure was allowed by this guy. So 27 years old, only 4 starts over the past 3 years, was a 7th round pick in 2019. 13 starts in 6 years. He also caught a touchdown pass in 2022 against the Steelers, where they went up 27-7. Let me see if that's a playoff game or not. But yeah, when they beat the Steelers, they blew the Steelers out, and he actually caught a touchdown pass in that game. That was a regular season game, actually, I think. No, that might have been a playoff game. 80 snaps for Kansas City last year. Started to play well in Super Bowl, play center and guard, so positional flex. And no penalties and no sacks given up in 2023. So I think this is a solid signing. I mean, you see, so our looks like our offense, we still need a left tackle. What's going to happen with Andrew Wiley? So we have another teammate with Wiley that Wiley's familiar with a little bit there with this guy, Allegretti. So center's Tyler Biadasz. Left guard is Allegretti. Right guard Cosme. Wiley, ? Left tackle, ? Sadiq Charles, backup, or if he's still on the roster, we'll see. Chris Paul, backup, still on the roster, we'll see. Stromberg is your backup center. So this guy, kind of like a Wes Schweitzer kind of signing, feels like kind of like that, a guy that can come in and be solid and legit. So he has not been a full-time starter in the league yet. So this is something to see. This is something new, so I can't sit up here and champion this move either. It's just a wait and see approach there for this guy, Allegretti. Allegretti, 3 years, $16 million, $9.2 million guaranteed. Salaries $1.13 guaranteed, $2 million, $5.5, $20,000 per game. Active roster bonus up to $340,000 annual $150,000 workout bonus. This is per Aaron Wilson. Allegretti, let me see how many games he played in. And then we get to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. So Jacoby Brissett went to the Patriots. Sam Darnold is going to be I'm not going to say going to be. They haven't signed him just yet, but we know that the connection with Adam Peters and San Fran, he was the backup in San Fran this past season. So it makes a lot of sense with the connection there. You got to have a backup. Or you got to have a veteran quarterback in the room. It's just good to have a guy to mentor a young quarterback in Jaden Daniels or Drake May. I'm not saying that Sam Darnold's the best guy to listen to, because it's not like he's had legitimate success. He's had moments where he's had success in the league, but he's seen a lot, He's a guy where it just didn't work out for him. And, we've seen guys where it didn't work out for him in the league earlier, and guys have had career renaissances. Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield. So I'm not saying Sam Darnold's going to come in here and start, but, a veteran who's seen a lot of defenses, seen a lot of coverages. He's seen ghosts before, but he's seen a lot of defenses and seen a lot of coverages. So he can mentor the young guys, teach them, show them how to watch film and different things like that. Getting in the gym early, getting into the weight room or the film room early, stuff like that. Jacoby Brissett, Sam Howell says so many good things about Jacoby Brissett. It's not like Jacoby Brissett had a great career. He's had a solid career. Same thing kind of like Sam Darnold, you know. But yeah, Allegretti started 1 game this year, 17 games, 3 starts. He had 9 starts in 2020. Oh no, this is actually his college. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, he had 16 games and 9 starts in 2020. So he did have a season where he started, excuse me, a couple of games. 7th round pick of the 2019 drafts. 3-time Super Bowl champ as well. So he's got the pedigree. Super Bowl championship pedigree. Sam Darnold, backup quarterback for sure. I don't mind if they sign him. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick last year. And he with Carolina, he actually had a good 6 games. 6 games, he went 4-2, 7 touchdowns, 3 picks in the last 6 games of the season for Carolina. So he showed some life there. Now, when he was the starter in 2021, he was 4-7 and 9 touchdowns, 13 picks. 2019, 19 touchdowns, 13 picks. Rookie season, 17 touchdowns, 15 picks. And then the Jets basically gave up on him, and then he went to the Carolina Panthers. And the rest is history there. So Sam Darnold, I don't mind him as a backup. Is he gonna? Would I say he's better than Jacoby? It's kind of lateral, honestly. Jacoby might be a little bit better, really, to be honest. But you know, he'll be with Adam Peters, has some familiarity there, and just come in and be a veteran backup. That's all we're asking for. It's really between him and Tyrod, to me. And Ben Stanek wrote an article. He wrote some of the names down of Sam Darnold, Tyrod Taylor, and he was correct about that. They haven't reported anything about Tyrod. Personally, I kind of rather have Tyrod. Tyrod's 34. You have the connection with Anthony Lynn. Either one is not going to wow you, or we're not expecting any of these guys to come in and start, but just to be a mentor to the young guy, just be a professional on the sidelines as well, and just come in. It's a 17-game season, so knock on wood, injuries happen. If one of these guys got to come in, and so be it. Who knows? These guys can move the ball. Get the ball to Terry. That's all I want you to do. Get the ball to Terry McLaurin. Like Jacoby Brissett came in and got the ball to Terry. If they had to come in for whatever reason, just get the ball to Terry McLaurin. That's all I'll say for the bag. For any quarterback on this roster, just get the ball to Terry McLaurin. But we want to see we want to see Jaden Daniels or Drake May do it first. But like I said, if a backup has to come in, if it's necessary at some point this season, that's all I'm asking for is get the ball to Terry and get the ball to Jahan Dotson and whoever the third wide receiver is going to be. Curtis Samuel's in talks with the Kansas City Chiefs at this moment, and I think that's a perfect fit for Curtis Samuel. Him with Pat Mahomes, I would be excited and ecstatic for Curtis Samuel. If he can stay healthy, I have no ill will towards him if he leaves the team. I would like for him to stay, but if he leaves, it is what it is. All right, so that's all I got. Completion percentage for Sam Darnold was pretty bad. His rookie year, 57%, 59% with the Jets. His third year, 59% with Carolina, 58% with the Carolina again. So completion percentage has not been good. Touchdown interception ratio has not been good for Sam Darnold so far. So I don't mind it. I really don't. I don't mind if they have interest in him. Oh, the Jets just signed Tyrod Taylor. Okay. So they just signed Tyrod Taylor. So moves are just happening very quickly, man. Moves are happening very, very, very quickly right now. And there is a rumor that Patrick Queen, his favorite landing spots currently on the Seahawks Commanders. Who knows how real that is? That's an NFL rumors Twitter page. So we don't know how real that is. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably go over the free agents that are available after day one and recap a little bit of day one for the most part. So Kendall Fuller's still out there. Curtis Samuel's still out there. Those are some of our guys that are out there. And I'll talk about some other guys that are still available that we possibly could target for sure. So, all right, you guys, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about Sam Darnold and the interest that they have in him, if that's a good move or not. All right, you guys. Hell's Commander. That's per Peter Schrager. So, and then Sam Howell. What happens to Sam Howell if they sign Sam Darnold? I already said we should trade Sam Howell, in my opinion. That's just my take on it. I think they should trade him, to be honest with you. Especially if you're gonna get a third for if you could get a fourth or something like that for Sam Howell. Yeah, go ahead and trade him. I mean, Jaden Daniels or Drake May, they're the future. So I don't see why you would keep Sam Howell. In my opinion, it's a fresh start. It's a new front office. Move forward with the new quarterback that you're going to draft and trade Sam Howell while you can. Get a fourth or a fifth, in my opinion. Load up on those picks. All right, guys. Hello, Commanders. Peace.